Hi, it's Joe Mandese here, Editor-in-Chief of Media Post again. This time I'm speaking with Eran Goren and Carrie Ward from USIM, our Independent Agents of the Year. You're not a repeat, but I think you've won a couple of times already, so you have a good leg up in terms of a track record here. Some of the interesting things we identified this year was how USIM is working with a sister company, Matrix Point, which is more of a high-level management consulting firm, to work out some solutions for its clients in unique ways. And you could read the profiles of that online. But what I'd like to do is just take a few minutes here and chat with Eran and Carrie about, like, what are you guys most proud of from the past year? You saw what we wrote about, what we focused on. But what makes you happy to be a USIM and a Matrix Pointer?
Carrie, do you want to start? And then I can jump in.
Sure. So I think for us, the last 2 years now has been, we've been experiencing a time where we really couldn't prepare for something like that. Just the shift in the industry, shift in the markets, shift with businesses, people's outlook, just, from a business perspective. So, I think what USIM really did very well over particularly the last year, was just being able to pivot and, really analyze the landscape and what's going on and make some tough business decisions, tough calls that really paid off. And, we saw that with our clients. They were happy with, some of the new initiatives that we were rolling out, some of the partnerships that we were forging, for our future and for their future. So really just kind of being able to adapt and analyze what's going on in the marketplace. So I think that that's something that we did really well.
Yeah, I second that those comments, but I'll add that, in these times, and many agencies and companies in general be able to shift to remote work and on the fly. So one is, I'm proud of our team. Right, across the board, every team has been able to deliver. I do not feel missed a beat in delivering for our clients. So that's the number one thing I'd say I'm very proud of. The secondary component is just the team itself in the evolution, and that component of not stopping a beat is continuous evolution. It is not, oh my God, everything is done, what do we do next? It is, how do we continue to evolve? How do we deliver our services to our clients? How do we get informed and what people's beliefs are, and things are going to change, and how do we adapt to those changes? So when we went through cycles of things opening, things closing, mandates, no mandates, right. And so how do you adapt in every one of those stages? And I think our team has done a very good job in speaking, both publicly to that in different events and conferences, to just doing research and informing our clients on how to adapt their business to this. So again, I have to give it to our team, the ability to forge ahead and not be down because of the environment around them, to believe that things will normalize. And then I think the other components is an overall business, as Carrie mentioned, is some of these larger partnerships that we've done, right? So we do believe that the industry is shifting and changing. And we have to move relatively quickly to that, from our partnership with TransUnion more recently, and developing ID resolutions for our client, to Matrix Point launch, which really helps us evolve more of that strategic level thinking for our clients, and providing a different level of service and solution that we see more and more need out there that isn't really serviced from the typical kind of media agency side.
Well, you certainly demonstrate all of that. And thank you for pointing out the internal struggles. I think we don't address that enough when we do these profiles, and how nimble and fleet of feet and adaptive you've been as an organization. But where you really came through was for your clients, and finding these solutions, thinking of, you have a heavy retail base that was directly impacted, clients like Crunch Fitness and all, and you really leverage data to help them identify new customer bases for themselves and work harder. So having done that, each year you do innovate, whether it's been through, the M4 data, and now with TransUnion. That's a tough act to follow. What are your plans for 2022. And how are we going to award this to you 3 years in a row?
I think the next one that's going to be most interesting to us is machine learning, right? And I think it's a broad term, and there's components in different areas of how you service it. There's on the strategic consulting side, there's machine learning implementation within clients, right? So understanding clients' business, how do we help them improve and make their business more efficient, leveraging AI? I think for the agency side of the business and from a media execution is how do we make the execution more efficient, be it you leveraging some of the platforms that exist there today and making sure that they deliver, to building out solutions that are more unique around media attribution and reporting dashboards and insights delivered through AI. And more and more of that those words of AI, machine learning that 2-3 years ago were just words, right? I mean, yes, some companies were implementing them, but in infancy. Even entities like Google that have implemented are still building it out, right? They're making it better and better, and they'll get there. And we think that is the next evolution across industries. Is how do you leverage the power of the computers and the data that's out there to make more faster decisioning, better decisioning, and make the overall business more efficient.
On that note, I fully expect that my avatar, AI-informed avatar, will be interviewing you next year at 2022 Agency of the Year Awards. Are there any last parting thoughts of inspiration you'd like to offer to others in the industry? Yeah, your peers and your competitors, but hopefully some of your potential clients too.
Yeah, I mean, I think that going through the past 2 years a bit, I think all agencies were kind of riding well and enjoying things, and then I think this shock to the system with COVID or pandemic in general has kind of pulled back a little bit, and I think now everyone's reevaluating, right? From a client side, from an agency side, what does a business look like? Coming back to the office, not coming back to the office. All these elements are out there, and I think at the end of the day, as I look at it, business will normalize, whatever that means. If it's partially working remote, it's clients bringing in-house, leveraging machine learning, things will normalize, and people will figure out where they fit within that, right? Or agencies will figure out where they fit within this grand scheme of businesses. I will say that one thing that we've seen, and we're very happy to see across the board, and not just our clients and many other businesses out there, is a return to normalcy from a media spend and a marketing execution, even more so than some clients in 2019. Right. And they're going in bigger and they're doing better, which is the best thing to see. Nothing makes me more happy to see that businesses are doing well when you go in. And I think that regardless who their agencies are. And so that is a hope for everybody, that there's a growth potential. And as things are growing, people need help in achieving success, meaning more sales, more customers. And so that's where a lot of us come in our skill sets to help them evolve that. And I think those skills are going to adapt. And I think as long as agencies understand that you have to adapt your business, and as long as you watch that kind of what's going on in the future and how do you adapt your business and train your people to be the next kind of media agency concept, be a consulting firm or agency or strategy, it doesn't matter. You've just got to continue to evolve your business, and that's what we continue to try to do.
Well, Eran and Carrie, I wish we were doing this live and in person over some cocktails.
You do
too. But I would like you to congratulate the entire team, Dennis Holt especially, but everybody at both your organizations and inspire us to pick you again next year, I hope.
Really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Take care.
Thank you so much, Joe.